Monday with myself, Jeremiah, from Red Nose Wellness. It's me, my goodness. Alright, so today is the 4th week of anger management. I think so, my goodness. Let me see if everything is good on the interwebs of getting this sent out. I love autocorrect whenever it switches your name. You're like, that's not me. Okay, perfect. My goodness. Okay, so hello, my goodness. Welcome to Mad Monday, and it's Jackson. Hello, Jackson. Good to see you. My goodness, did you change your name, or were you always the Nexus, or is that just another YouTube channel? I don't know. Well, today being Monday, I really wanted to, I actually am super excited. 1, it's Cinco de Mayo, so yeah. 2, we actually had a promotion going on with Red Nose Wellness for today only, it being 5/5/25. I had a promotion. I had $50 promotion for anyone that needed anger management. It was like a super great discount because I was like, why not? It's 50 on a 5/5/25. What? And it's Cinco de Mayo. So it's like winning. My goodness. I had a few people reach out. I had a few people set appointments, which is awesome because I love doing what I do. If you are new to watching this video, my name is Jeremiah Callihan. I am the owner and operator and specialist of Red Nose Wellness, where we teach anger management, health and wellness, CPR and first aid training, and parenting education, which I love talking about all of it. My goodness. Jackson said, nope, not new, just changed. A Nexus. I like it. My goodness. So I actually was going to go over something that I read. It was a question on the interweb, and it was asking on behalf of anger management. And the question was, suppose you were really angry, and I'm listening to you, but everything you say either doesn't make sense to me or is conflicting. What is the best response? I don't want to sound condescending or anything, but my partner has anger issues, and sometimes I can fan the flames. I'm trying to get better at helping him, but sometimes he gets my back up or says something that I just don't make sense to me. I'm putting a booklet together to help me help him and could use some help. I've been struggling myself lately, and I think it's time making things a little worse. I am also known for having a foot in my mouth syndrome. What do? I can't stand the foot in the mouth syndrome because we all have the foot in the mouth syndrome at some point or another. Sometimes we need to shut the f up, and yet we can't because, you just have to say the next thing. Now, if you're just tuning in, this is anger management, which every week I'm going to go over on Mondays, Mad Mondays, over something that is beneficially understandable of anger management to manage your anger. Alright, so based on that, my response to said post would be the number one thing is you have to name the pattern, not the person, okay? So if you are experiencing something with someone, a conflicting issue with another person, what is the pattern? What are you experiencing of the pattern? Not the person. Everyone has the chance of being the best version of themselves, and everyone has the chance of being the worst versions of themselves. We like to go around and we like to start naming, well, Sally is X and Joe is X. What is the power? What are you experiencing? What are the trends that you're experiencing, right? It's funny too, because a lot of the times we hold actions upon people, and it's the actions, yes, that were effective, but there's something that once was good that you've seen in someone, and at this point of being, of this conflict, you are no longer agreeing with, right? So, first and foremost, what are we talking about? What is the pattern that the conflict is over? So my exact response was actually, if what your partner is saying doesn't make sense or feels conflicting, resist the urge to immediately respond. It feels conflicting, right? It feels wrong, but try naming something that I can see you're really upset now. I can tell that you're upset. Hey, I might not be on the same page as you, but I hear you and I want to understand, but it seems like every time I'm talking to you or I try to explain, you get really upset. And if they continue on to go and get upset with you, maybe that's not the best time to respond. Maybe maybe you need to walk away. It's funny because if you talk about the hippocampus and the medulla oblongata and the physiological state, your cortisol and your adrenaline rushes your physiological state on average for about 8 minutes. In this time period, while you're really expressive with physicalities and words and thoughts, you are not in the best mindset. So if you get really past the point, you need to walk off. Just that old song that, what is it? Walk it out, walk it out. You gotta walk it out. Friend has attitude, you gotta walk it out. Go take an 8-minute walk. I don't have time to take an 8-minute walk. Okay, look, before you say something stupid, before you say something dumb, before you really just send your relationship to hell, you better make time for 8 minutes. Because you are actually just outweighing the physiological, natural process of aggravation because it is tied in with the fight or flight state of being. What? Yes! You're human, okay? So sometimes don't respond immediately. The second thing that that I suggested was to use reflective language. So I want to get you right, okay? Like, so you and your partner, you and your friend, you and your teacher, you and your boss, you and your parent, you're not seeing eye to eye. They're saying things to you to which you do not agree with, and you are saying things to them to which they do not agree with. Yappity yap, abso-freaking-utely. Hello, Hunter. You have to paraphrase it. You gotta say it back to them. Hey, is this what you mean? No, what the hell? Where do you think, where did you get that from? I'm just trying to verify, okay? Like, stupid can't fix stupid. I'm trying to be understanding. Don't say conflicting information. So no, I know that you feel very upset with me, but I'm gonna hear you out. I want you to hear me out. Can we do that? No, shut the hell up. Oh, guess what? They don't want you to talk. So stop talking. There's nothing you can say in a conflicting situation that's going to make anything freaking better ever, period, at that moment. I'm sorry. Go walk a lap, man. Go walk a block. You got to protect yourself, though, ultimately, without escalating. Look, we can have a difference of an opinion. When I start feeling myself get emotionally overwhelmed, when I start feeling myself get escalated, when I start feeling myself really buying into whatever conflict is going on, I am no good to the situation. Doesn't mean I need to avoid it, doesn't mean that I need to just exit and leave. But I need to give myself enough of an allowance to take care of my own well-being. So you take care of you and I'll take care of me. I'll take care of me for me and you take care of you for me. You take care of you for me and I'll take care of me for you. That was the saying and I loved it. My goodness. You gotta, like I will constantly say on this channel, you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Whoa, my God. See, I'm getting really involved there. Man, just calm down, because that always really helps, right? Whenever you tell someone, just calm down. Just, hey, you need to calm down. If you feel the urge to tell someone to calm down, just calm down, don't. That doesn't help anyone. It actually makes everyone aggravated. A lot of the times you'll see this with parents towards their kids. It's like, don't do that. It's like, come on, my goodness. First and foremost, we're 11 minutes into it. Does anyone have any questions, comments, gripes, or complaints? Okay, I'm going to keep on going then. So, fourth is to manage the foot in mouth syndrome, which standing, that's human. You have to practice humility. You have to practice humility. Oh, the number behind me is Red Nose Wellness, 918-933-0905. I teach anger management, health and wellness, CPR, first aid training, and parenting education. I'm virtual and in person. If it's in person, it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's my company. Red Nose Wellness. I think I'm going to have a theme song that kind of goes along with it. Where's my red nose? There's my red nose. Red nose. The whole thought and theory behind the red nose is if you're so mad you can't put on a red nose, you've taken life too serious, and that's your problem. But if you can put on a red nose and you can say, I'm mad as hell, I'm sincerely upset, then people can work with you. There's a difference between being sincere and being serious. If you are serious, there's nothing I can do. There's no way I can fix this, and I've got to exit scene until we're ready to communicate like adults. Humans. People. Manage the foot. Practice intentional pauses. Humility, understanding, forgiveness. Before you say something, you really got to be mindful of what your words might do, what your words might cause, or how they might cause. You're powerful. Plain and simple, all human beings are powerful. How am I powerful? I don't feel like powerful. Well, one, whenever you yell, that's a lot of the times, it's a lot of the times you not feeling like you were not feeling heard when you yell. Whenever you don't feel heard, I have to raise my voice. I have to escalate situations because, damn it, I'm not going to be ignored. But what happens is the adverse effect actually happens. Is people stop listening to you. When you start yelling and you start throwing things over and you're like, yeah, it's like people start paying attention to you for the wrong reasons. Not because they actually want to hear you out, but because you're a spectacle. And we're human and we like drama. Okay? You gotta be mindful, you gotta be intentional, but you also have to give yourself some grace. And to manage it, you can, like before you're about to say something that you're really gonna put like your foot in your mouth, you can tell the person, I need to take 8 minutes to myself because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. I don't want to say something that I might regret. So out of respect for you and for myself, I'm going to take 8 minutes and then I'm going to come back, and then if 8 minutes is working, I'm going to take 8 more minutes. I'm going to come back whenever I don't feel that over urge. So yeah, whenever you feel like you're going to say something that you might regret, don't. And you can even tell them, I really want to say it. Oh, well, say it, brah, say it. Don't give in to that temptation. Don't say it. No. It's just mean, it's hurtful, and I don't want to be mean and hurtful to you. So you deserve so much more respect, and I want to hear you out. And then, again, shut up and listen. Some continuing trends, I say. So 5 would be when you're both calm, set a communication. Okay, hey, whenever I get escalated, I really don't need you to tell me to calm down, just calm down. That doesn't help. That's not productive, and this is when you're calm. This is when you're calm and they're calm and you guys aren't fighting and you come up with a plan before things get escalated. Hey, next time whenever I get aggravated, can you please not just start focusing on my flaws? It's not helpful, and it really just makes me feel like shit, and I don't want to feel like shit because then I just close down. I don't want to do that. And you start working with it. Your plan, your ideas, and your approach to things aren't always going to be the best, But at least there's going to be some type of foundation for whenever conflict does happen, you'll have a better footing. You'll have a better standing, a better foundation to where you can say, okay, hey, wait a minute. I know I don't need to mention past mistakes because when we fight and then I mention past mistakes, you just completely shut down. How do I know that? Because we had a conversation. Whenever we were both calm. It's kind of like a fire safety plan. Whenever there's a fire, do you make a plan then or should you make a plan beforehand? And if you think you should make a plan then I'm just pretty resourceful and I can come up with things on the fly. I'm sad to tell you, but I'm very ironically happy to tell you that that's not how that works, because our body goes into a fight or flight even whenever there's immediate danger. And if you think you're going to actually come up with a fire safety plan, think again. So before there's something that goes wrong, you need to have some type of idea of how you're going to approach it. Same thing with anger, same thing with any conflict. Now what happens is a lot of the times we like to catastrophize. We like to catastrophize how situations are going to turn out. This mostly is seen within relationships and employment, that I know what they're going to say or around about what they're going to say, and I know how this is going to turn out. So what then you do, you start overthinking it, and then your anxiety gets over the best of you, and next thing you know, you're a nervous wreck, and then they do have a conversation with you, and then it wasn't going to originally go sideways, but since you were already nervous, it kind of ticks off the other person, so they become very defensive, and they were like, we were just going to talk, but like, why are you so nervous? Why are you so anxious? So do you have something to hide? Is there something that I'm not seeing? And then you have two barking dogs that are just barking at each other because one started with anxiety and the other one was like, all I said was we needed to talk, and the other person's like, we need to talk? We all know what we needed to talk is. And then they start getting into a fight because last time you said we needed to talk, things got really bad. Pre-planning, that knowing your person, hey, please don't ever text me we need to talk. It really just disturbs my well-being. I don't handle it as well as you might think that all I meant was we need to talk. Like, I've been talking to you for a while. It wasn't something aggravating. You ever have someone that ever tells you, hey, we need to talk, and you're like, great. And then you have anxiety, and you have fear, and then you have all these, and then the funniest thing is you end up avoiding those situations. And that makes you a nervous wreck. Well, okay, then anxiety and that depression starts getting the best of you, and then you become reclusive, and then you start like reducing your presence in any given social situation, so then you become isolated. What do you think happens to these emotions? They fester up, and the next thing you know, you're a freaking bomb, you're a big volcano, you're a big explosion, you're TNT, you're dynamite, and you're like, ah! And someone's like, you pretentious little asshole. Why are you losing your shit on me? I haven't done anything for you. I've been there for you this whole time. No, you haven't. And then you bring up the past, and then, the dance starts ensuing in itself. Lastly, you both need to be calm. Okay, so that was the fifth. And then lastly, you have to take care of you. I will die on this hill, I swear. You have to take care of you. There's nothing I can say. If you're aggravated or when you're escalated, there's nothing I can say that's going to calm you down. The only thing that's going to calm you down is if you decide, I need to be calm, I want to be calm, and I'm going to look for every avenue to stay calm, to stay cool, calm, and collective. Anyone that's looking for a fight is always going to find a fight. Anyone that's looking for something to be wrong will always find something to be wrong. Okay? I fall into this trap. You fall into this trap. We all fall into this trap. Whenever we find ourselves in the stressed and heightened mode of being, the best thing we can do is control what we say and how we say it and how we handle ourselves. Period. There's no magical button that says, well, when you're stressed, you need to go. It's like, put your wrists in cold water. Does that help? Yeah, in some situations, those are some of the techniques, but that doesn't take away why you're initially frustrated. Wait, hold on, what did you say? That's one of the techniques? What do you mean techniques? Well, kind of like taking 8 minutes to yourself is going to help you outweigh your physiological indula oblongata state of being of cortisol and adrenaline. Is just taking anything and then you're going to be outweighing it. Another tactic that you can actually do is you can run your palms, your hand, under cold water. What does that do? It cools down the blood. You ever hear that term, you really make my blood boil, right? It helps soothe your blood pressure, which your cardiac state of the beat of your heart, as Hilary Duff would say, helps you maintain your what is the word I'm thinking? Your symbiosis? No, what is the word? Circulates. Your natural homeostasis. That's the word I was looking for. It maintains your homeostasis. Your homeostasis is cycle. Am I fine? Am I going to survive? Is this survivable? Because in your body, ultimately, it has, will I live or will I die? This is where like shock goes in the internal system. If I feel things are too stressful, then my body will actually start shutting down. That's why stress and anxiety and all these like kind of, I don't want to say negative emotions, but excess of emotions will actually start making you sick. The more you stress, the sicker you'll get. That's why a lot of the times whenever it comes to like cancer patients or someone that has some type of autoimmune disorder, then the best thing for them is laughter and happiness. You're like, well, how can you laugh at cancer and how can you smile at a crippling like illness? It's like you look at the positive. Okay, let's say we get into an aggravating situation. You're really aggravated with me. You're really irritated, okay? Fine, granted. The best thing I can do is not escalate the situation. Even if I feel escalated, even if I feel stimulated and I feel reactive. If I feel reactive and I can recognize that I'm reactive, then the best thing I can do is say, hey, I care about you so much. I'm getting emotionally regulated because I don't feel like this is how it actually went. And I'm not saying that you're a liar, but I think that we have two different perspectives to this situation. And I want to give you as much respect as I know that you want to give me. And I just need to walk away, if not 8 minutes, 4 minutes. If not 4 minutes, 12 minutes. I just need a few minutes, okay? I'm not leaving. Don't ever leave the situation. Why? Abandonment. If you get into an argument and then you leave the situation, I mean physically get in your car and you drive somewhere or you walk somewhere, then you're signifying to that other person, I don't matter enough to you to figure this out because I'm stressed. And what did you do? You left because it got too hard. That's where the abandonment comes from. But if you clearly state, hey, look, I care, I do care. I'm not seeing eye to eye, and this is a really hot topic, and I didn't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight with you, so I'm going to take a few minutes to just breathe, and then I want us to both be able to come at this with both respect. Cool? Oh, just gonna walk away. Just walk away. Okay, look, that person's not respecting your boundaries right now. That's what you just did. You just created a boundary. And you said, hey, give me 5 minutes. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? It's like, things not to say. You're so insecure that you can't give me 5 minutes to myself. How fucking stupid are you to not be able to understand that I'm trying to do this for the best of us, but you don't want what's best for both of us, do you? So you want to fight? Let's go. Come on. Ways to respond. I know you're frustrated, but I'm asking you, can I please have just 5 minutes because I'm getting aggravated. I'm getting really irritated, and I don't want to be aggravated with you, and I don't want to get irritated and aggravated with you, and I'm getting really frustrated right now, and just, this is your plea to effort. Could I please just give me 5 minutes and then we're going to approach this, and we'll go from there. If they still continuously go, oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hurt people hurt people. Period. You might have to start reevaluating how much respect this person actually has for you. If you are trying to diplomatically get out of a situation, they are so emotionally irritated, they're so emotionally involved in the situation, that's a defense mechanism. If they don't get out of your face and you cannot leave the immediate situation, not long-term situation, not the premises, but just if you can't get that peace of mind, here's the tip. Shut the fuck up! Just stop. Stop. Stop talking, stop reacting, go into the emotionalist state. For example, you never pay attention to me. Look, you just checking up. Blah, 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 blah. You don't care about anything I have to say. And blah, 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 blah. And you're always doing this. And you're always acting like, oh, you're Mr. Right. And blah, 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 blah. So, as the front bottoms would put it, I am a puddle in the shade of a tree. And whenever I freeze over, you are the sun. You cannot touch me. You know, the tree feels bad. I can tell by the way that it felt. But it still won't move. And the ice won't melt. Imagine you are the puddle in the shade of a tree. And whatever they say is just the sun. No matter what they say, that sun is only going to hit that tree that is protecting you. Well, what is the tree? The understanding. The tree is the understanding of going, they're mad. They're upset, and I get it. I do get it. I get that you're upset, and I get that you're irritated. And I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. But here's the cool thing. If you stop talking, let them talk for 8 minutes. All you have to do is outweight their cortisol. All you have to do, pull out your phone, pull out your timer, and wait 8 minutes. What are you doing? You're always on your phone. I'm not on my phone. I have 8 minutes. Why do you have 8 minutes? Trying to outweight your cortisol? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means I want to talk to you when you're ready to talk, and I don't feel like you're ready to talk right now, and you are not. I don't feel like you're letting me have 5 minutes like I was requesting before, so now I'm going to wait. I care about you, and I care about our relationship, our friendship, our situationship, and I care about you so much that I just have to wait it out. If you notice, keep your response slow. You don't have to go into elaboration. Remember, you're outweighing that chemical reaction. It is never okay, I will say, it is never okay to put yourself in harm. Now, if someone is physically going to harm you, get the hell out. Get in the car and leave. You do not deserve ever for someone to physically hurt you. Period. If someone is physically responding to you and they're going to hurt you, you know they're going to hurt you because they have a history of hurting you. At that moment, you need to get out because they are very unregulated of their emotions and their responses. And at that point, it sucks. And I'm not trying to abandon you, but I'm not going to take a punch. And I don't recommend that you take a punch either. You don't take a hit. You don't take a shove. You don't get things thrown at you. What's that song? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. It's like, yeah, but hit the road because I don't have to deal with that, Jack. All right, well, that I believe is concluding my offerings for Mad Monday on week 3, week 4. 1 month? Wow. Ending on a 1 month of doing these lives? That can't be right. I'll tell you tomorrow. Let's talk about it, health and wellness Tuesdays. All right. So, before I go, does anyone have any questions, comments, gripes, or complaints? I'm going to address the comments while you send your comment. I got it. Jackson changed, not new. Smiley face from Gooby. Samson Furry said, hello, it's your local furry toaster. How are you doing today? What's the hell's that mean? You made my day. Awesome. What's my name in your phone? Hi. Let us ask questions. Yap, yap, yap. LOL. What's the number behind you? Now, I am 100% up for asking questions, but whenever I have these live viewings, all you have to do is you have to insert the question, because there is a delay between me making these live videos and you asking a question. So that's why I don't immediately stop to ask the questions. But kind of an example. So what number is behind me? It is Red Nose Wellness, which is Red Nose Wellness. You can also find us on 918-933-0905. Text us, call us. You can go to our website, rednosewellness.com. You can also find us on social media. Red Nose Wellness! So, all right. With that being said, I hope you have a super duperly awesome, amazing, fabulous, super great, spectacular day. And thank you for being exactly who you are. You are wonderful. If you don't have any questions, comments, gripes, or complaints, tomorrow will be Let's Talk About It, Health and Wellness, I believe. So last week was spirituality. Not quite for sure what is tomorrow, but I really appreciate you watching each week. I had a food for thought, but then my ADHD was like, I experienced it to the max. All right, well, thank you for being you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. And thank you for being you. You're wonderful. I mean it.